The day will come when we'll be talking about names beyond just Diddy's. And trust me, there are many names. The list is already long. They say Leonardo DiCaprio fled to Italy to avoid the Diddy scandal. Word is, after the accusations against Diddy surfaced, and especially after his arrest, a list of celebrities who skipped town started making the rounds on TV. Who are these people, and what are they desperately trying to hide? What's really going on behind the scenes of this trial that's sending shockwaves through the ranks of the rich and powerful? The truth behind all this could be far more intense and dangerous than anyone imagines. Ever since federal authorities arrested Diddy, the celebrity elite seems to be in a full-blown panic. Like the internet crashed right in the middle of the world's most exclusive festival. Now reports are surfacing of a veritable stampede of powerful figures disappearing to luxurious villas in France and secluded hideaways on the Italian coast, almost as if there's a secret witness protection program for threatened millionaires. This makes it crystal clear. The problem has ballooned way beyond just Diddy and points to something much, much bigger. We're talking dozens, maybe even hundreds, of compromising tapes allegedly exposing iconic Hollywood figures in situations that would make even the tamest TV shows look like kids' cartoons. Are you ready to hear about what the press is calling the Diddy list? Let's start with the A-lister leading this desperate race to vanish off the map, Kevin Hart. The comedian, once known for his infectious good humor, has reportedly morphed into a man frantically trying to buy a one-way ticket to anywhere but here. Might sound absurd, but some say he's on the run to dodge potentially serious accusations. Despite his reputation as a relentless jokester, what we're seeing now is a withdrawn, worried, and defensive Kevin. This all gained traction after a 2010 hotel party video resurfaced online. Diddy invites girls to a room, and a visibly uncomfortable Kevin tries to laugh off the situation, nervously saying something like, "I'm not going to sleep with anyone. You know exactly what I'm talking about." But here's the part few expected. A reality show witness revealed that Kevin and Diddy's relationship was much closer than it appeared, to the point where they allegedly shared the same love interest. The plot thickens with betrayals, veiled threats, and a woman caught in the crossfire of this power play. It seems that to silence any potential whistleblowers, the pair even allegedly used the reality show's production team to control the rumor mill. This woman, who was reportedly involved with both the married father, Kevin Hart, and Diddy simultaneously, was allegedly under immense pressure to keep everything under wraps, threatened with lawsuits. The situation is so complicated. We're not just talking about a simple love triangle, but a plot worthy of a conspiracy thriller. Imagine the evidence that might exist if all this is true. For Kevin, it seems there's no way out but to flee. Storm. Now, switching gears, let's talk about Usher. Remember that bizarre clip from a live video where Diddy casually mentioned they used to wake up together and fight over Frosted Flakes? At the time, people laughed it off as a weird joke. However, over time, that clip took on a much darker connotation, seeming like a hint of what was really happening behind closed doors. A close source revealed that Diddy was allegedly involved in a serious situation with Usher, who was even hospitalized because of it. When asked about it, Usher made it clear it was no joke, a difficult experience that marked his childhood. And you can't talk about Usher without mentioning the controversial Puffy Flavor camp, a camp that became synonymous with scandal. Many fans believe Usher might have witnessed more than he's let on, making him part of a much larger mystery involving Diddy. Now, with the investigation underway, there's huge anticipation for court orders and evidence that could come to light at any moment, like an internet video going viral. Shifting our focus to Italy, a country known for its cuisine, wine, and apparently as a refuge for those looking to escape justice. In the days following Diddy's arrest, names like Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire were spotted there, raising suspicions about a possible strategic escape to a territory with no extradition treaty. Is it just a coincidence, or a calculated move to avoid deeper investigations? Leonardo, in particular, has a past filled with encounters and events linked to Diddy, including legendary parties and even joint projects. Sources close to the actor claim he distanced himself from the producer years ago, dismissing circulating images as relics of the past. Still, it's undeniable that Leo was present at Diddy's major celebrations, including his 50th birthday party, where he was captured in relaxed, candid moments. His representatives insist Leonardo is focused on his career, environmental activism, and personal life, far removed from the legal troubles surrounding Diddy. However, for the public, the question remains, will those old photos and videos come back to haunt him? It seems likely, and his presence on European soil now only fuels rumors of a possible attempt to flee the scandal. As for Tobey Maguire, he's not out of this story either. He was recently seen soaking up the Mediterranean sun on a luxurious yacht on the French Riviera, accompanied by Leonardo and a select group of sophisticated women. What did the cameras capture? Images that, according to insiders, reveal a little-known and quite controversial side of these two Hollywood good guys, showing that behind the spotlight, reality can be very different from what it seems. The 48-year-old actor, known for playing Spider-Man, opted for a discreet and relaxed look during his outing. He wore a basic black t-shirt, patterned swim trunks, and a black cap. Accessories were minimal, just a pair of dark sunglasses and a water bottle to stay hydrated, seemingly unfazed by the paparazzi lenses that wouldn't stop snapping. Although he has maintained a relatively low profile in recent years, he looked calm and in good spirits as he walked through the port with Leonardo DiCaprio. The duo, known in their youth as part of Hollywood's Pussy Posse, showed they still know how to vacation in style, surrounded by models, intense sun, and million-dollar views. Among the group was British model Neelam Gill, who turned heads in a long leopard print dress and neon accessories. But it was Tobey's cool, natural vibe that captured the attention of his longtime fans, accustomed to seeing him away from the limelight. Although he's not someone who actively seeks headlines, his presence in Saint-Tropez reignited curiosity about his social life and his closeness to Leo, and of course, to Diddy. Now let's move on to another controversial name who might be trying to slip under the radar. She danced into our homes with laughter and sneakers, but now Ellen DeGeneres has apparently danced her way out of the country, and the timing of her departure is suspicious, to say the least. Just days after Diddy's arrest, word got out that Ellen had already packed her bags. Why? Did she leave the United States, and you know why? It has nothing to do with Trump, despite what many believe when they blame him. That's called scapegoating, and anyone who's been scapegoated in life knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not saying Trump is a saint, but he's being used as a distraction to hide much darker cases. Pedophilia, compromising videos, and child trafficking. People are leaving the country precisely to prevent those lists from leaking. And here's the kicker. Diddy wasn't just a guest on her show. He was a frequent presence, almost like a regular. These weren't just any interviews. They were almost like public confessions. In one of his appearances, Diddy even showed up with an IV drip in his arm, claiming he'd been drugged again backstage. At the time, nobody took what seemed like a bizarre joke from Ellen seriously. But now, with everything coming to light, those statements sound incredibly suspicious. According to Cassie's lawsuit and several other complaints, the blackouts were so severe that recovery required medical intervention. That's not a party. That's something far beyond. It's important to state that Ellen hasn't been accused of anything, but that doesn't mean the names she platformed won't mention her during the upcoming proceedings. It's only a matter of time. Next up, we have another pair of names entangled in this web. Stephen Twitch Boss and Anne Heche. And yes, they have an unsettling connection to Ellen and Diddy. An old video where Ellen calls Diddy Cuddle MC Nuzzle Snuff, or a similar cutesy nickname, went viral, and the internet speculates there was more than just laughs and dance moves in that friendship. What makes it even stranger is the timing. Twitch, Ellen's former DJ and beloved by fans, passed away in 2022 in an apparent suicide that shocked the world. Shortly before that, Anheche, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, died in a devastating car accident. Officially, both cases were treated as accidental tragedies, but the internet isn't buying it. Rumors spread like wildfire, with TikTokers, amateur, Reddit detectives, and conspiracy theorists pointing to a pattern, a culture of silence, intimidation, and control. And the juiciest gossip, that Ellen might be directly or indirectly involved in these tragic events. After all, she already faced accusations of a toxic work environment on her show. So to what extent is it worth asking what else is being hidden? Finally, to wrap things up, we have Jennifer Lopez, a figure who seems like she can never quite escape controversy. Between her ups and downs, turbulent relationships, and a media comeback marked by controversies, her name now appears linked to Diddy, in a way that could permanently tarnish her image. To understand this, we need to go back to the 90s when J.Lo was considered Diddy's inseparable partner. More than 2 decades later, her name is resurfacing in the headlines, not for hits or red carpets, but for accusations involving gun trafficking, obstruction of justice, and covering up violent crimes. The heart of this story is a famous nightclub shooting in New York in 1999 that scarred the lives of everyone involved. On that cold December 27th night, Diddy, Jennifer Lopez, and rapper Shine, Jamal Barrow, were celebrating at a trendy club. Amidst the music, bottles, and VIP sections, a fight broke out around 2:55 a.m. Witnesses say the conflict was between Diddy, Shine, and a man named Matthew Scar Allen. Guns were drawn, and 3 innocent bystanders were injured. The chaos was immense. Screams, broken glass, and wailing sirens. When things calmed down, all 3, including Jennifer Lopez, were arrested. Yes, she was arrested that night, and her mugshot photos went around the world. The glamorous pop star caught in a situation totally out of her control. But that's where the story gets suspicious. Jennifer was quickly released, and the charges against her were dropped, while Shine ended up taking the fall, facing 3 counts of attempted murder, assault, and illegal weapons possession. He always maintained he acted in self-defense. Was true. He hired lawyers, beat the charges, and walked free. But now, the lawsuit filed by Lil Rod casts a new, much heavier light on the entire case. Court documents reveal that in a private conversation, Diddy allegedly admitted that he was the one who fired the gun, not Shine. Even worse, the complaint alleges that Jennifer Lopez was the one who brought the gun into the club. That's right. The girl from the Bronx, the one who seemed so wholesome, was allegedly involved as a mule for one of hip-hop's most powerful names. According to the lawsuit, Mr. Combs confessed that he was responsible for the shooting in the New York nightclub, and that Jennifer Lopez, his girlfriend at the time, carried the gun for him and passed it to him right after he got into a fight. Think about it. This isn't just a minor detail, it's active participation in a serious crime. But how were the charges against her dropped? Who protected her? It gives you a lot to think about, doesn't it? And now, decades later, with the federal net closing in on Diddy's empire, guess who's disappeared from the country? That's right. J.Lo is conspicuously absent. She's been spotted on the other side of the world, far from the brewing storm. Sure, celebrities travel all the time, but the timing makes us suspicious, to say the least. Sources close to the investigation say federal agents are already considering reopening the 1999 shooting case, especially with new testimonies from Lil Rod and other witnesses. So the question remains, are the feds already questioning Jennifer Lopez? And if not, why hasn't she said anything publicly? This isn't old gossip anymore. It's a potential federal investigation involving weapons charges, obstruction of justice, even perjury. If J.Lo really did carry the gun and hand it to Diddy, investigators will want to know what she remembers, what she saw, and, most importantly, what she's been hiding. And in true celebrity fashion, people from J.Lo's past have started talking. including her first husband, Ojani Noah, who decided to spill all the tea. They were married from 1997 to 1998, before she started dating Diddy. But according to Ojani, the real reason for the divorce is much more complicated than the media reported. He says that while he was managing her restaurant in Pasadena, Jennifer was already working with Diddy in New York, and that's when everything started to fall apart. In his own words, "I would ask Jennifer, what did I do to you for you to take me to court? You accused me. You lied. You made things up about me. You called companies and channels to boycott me." He further claims she sabotaged him in Hollywood, and now he's finally hitting back. But then it gets even crazier. In a post that went viral on Instagram, Ojani commented on Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, the same parties Cassie and other women described in lawsuits alleging sexual abuse, trafficking, and manipulation. Ojani was blunt. "I never did, but my ex Jennifer Lopez did. Ask her. Ask about the X tapes, the 7134 toys, and the baby oil." Wait, what? That's right. X tapes, toys, baby oil. These aren't just random words. It was a clear message, not just to J-Lo, but about her possible involvement in Diddy's secret world. He even allegedly published a list, a supposed roster of celebrities who participated in or were implicated in Diddy's controversial parties. And there it was, right in the middle, Jennifer Lopez's name. Now, we can't confirm the authenticity of that list or claim J-Lo did anything illegal, but the pattern, let's be honest, is concerning to say the least. One by one, people linked to Diddy are going silent, disappearing, or being named in lawsuits, and J-Lo's silence, even after Cassie's video, only grows louder. Fans are wondering why she hasn't said anything. She hasn't commented on the shooting. She hasn't condemned Diddy. She hasn't spoken about the lawsuits, the raids on his properties, or the disturbing accusations from Cassie and other women. When asked if she had anything to say about the allegations, her response was, Look, I'm not going to comment. Strange, isn't it? With the platform she has, you'd expect her to at least say something, especially now that the movement supporting women in the industry is so strong. But no, she disappeared from the spotlight, popped up in photos with Ben Affleck, or simply got lost in international travel while the U.S. justice system closes in on her ex. And now, if the 1999 case is reopened, you can bet Jennifer Lopez will be on the witness list. Investigators will want a full statement and maybe even more than that. If Lil Rod's accusations are proven true and others corroborate her role, J-Lo could face serious legal trouble. Best case scenario, she'll be questioned and released. Worst case, she could be charged as an accomplice in a crime that's over 20 years old and still hasn't seen justice. And Shine, the man who served 10 years in prison, was deported, boycotted, and practically erased from the industry. If he was protecting Diddy, and J-Lo helped cover it up, the consequences could be devastating. Now the question everyone is asking, did Jennifer Lopez help Diddy escape justice in 1999? Is she hiding something? And how much longer until the truth catches up with her? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this bombshell is just starting to explode, and many more names are going to get dragged into this story. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below, and of course don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because what's coming next is piping hot.